Up everybody, Justin here to do a new episode of The List. I don't know what episode this is. I lost count, but I'll put that in the description. On this episode of The List, I will talk about the death of former WWE superstar Rosie. I cannot pronounce the guy's last name. Matt Anoa'i or something like that. Anyways, he was part of 2 Minute Warning. He was also a WWE Tag Team Champion with the Hurricane, Shane Helms. He's known as Rosie. He passed away yesterday at age 47. And he was also part of a really, really famous wrestling family. He was also the brother of Roman Reigns, so I'll be talking about him. Also, breaking news, I'll be talking about, I didn't know this guy, another death. But this guy was a scumbag, because he was a murderer. I didn't hear this news until I just got home. Anyways, Aaron Hernandez, former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez, was found dead in prison, in his prison cell, and they say Hernandez hanged himself. He hung himself. He was serving a life sentence. So he killed himself in prison. That's pretty shocking. I mean, I'm not surprised that he did it, because the guy was never going to ever get out of prison. I'm not surprised he did it, but it's still pretty shocking to hear. The guy was a pretty damn good tight end when he was playing, but then he went down the wrong path. Absolutely went down the wrong path. And he murdered somebody. He wasn't convicted, or he wasn't charged last week. In court, he wasn't charged with 2 other murders, but he still was charged with another murder. So, it wasn't proven that he murdered 2 other people, but he did murder 1 person. So, that ain't right. If you're a murderer, you should be in prison for the rest of your life. They're actually still talking about it. This is a replay of First Take on ESPN. I think this is on ESPN News. Check. It's ESPN News. I guess they always replay First Take. I don't watch every day. I barely watch it, but they're talking about Aaron Hernandez right now, so let's listen a little bit.
Around you, or things that happen in your life, something has to start changing, right? If your friends are not changing, then it has to be family members, right? It has to be a brother. It has to be somebody that's significant in your life. Well, in this case, it didn't sound like nobody ever stepped up to the plate. And I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying maybe he didn't have that guidance, and that's what it sounds like.
A lot of times, professional athletes, you get surrounded, you're on the come up, you come from an impoverished background. At least that's the story people are always so quick to tell, particularly when it comes to NBA or NFL players. But I got news for you. There are others that go through as well. I'm from the streets of New York City. I'm telling you right now, if it were not for friends of mine who were drug dealers and gangbangers, I wouldn't be here today. They saved my life. They looked out for me. They watched my back. They made sure nobody else touched me. But you know what the biggest thing that they did for me, Max, Antonio, Molly? They would have slapped the living mess out of me. They'd have slapped the black off of me if I decided that I wanted to live their life, because their mentality is whatever choices they made.
So Stephen A. Smith talking, going on and on about how he grew up and how he didn't go down the wrong path. Good for him. I'm happy he didn't. Happy I didn't go down the wrong path. He brought up there were drug dealers around him, and he could have became one or something. Same thing with me. I had a lot of friends growing up, even like 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. I had a lot of friends, but sadly, they all turned to drugs and wanted to smoke weed. And they're probably doing other drugs now. I don't know, because I don't talk to them. I don't want them in my life. I don't need those kind of people in my life. I didn't want to smoke weed. I'm not against it, but I don't want to be around people that smoke it they're trying to pressure me all the time to smoke it, and I don't want to smoke it, and I never did. But anyways, that's a different story. Aaron Hernandez, his lawyer, I don't know if it's his current lawyer or his ex-agent, doesn't believe he killed himself. They don't believe it. They think something went on in jail. I don't know. They just don't believe he killed himself because they said he wasn't that type of guy that would kill himself. Well, I think he probably did, and they're just in denial. But his ex-agent or lawyer said his fiancée was visiting him last week. I don't know if in prison or in court. She saw him, and she was with his child. That's just really sad that Aaron Hernandez has a child. That's just really tragic because that kid's going to grow up with no father. That's just sad. I kind of grew up without a father. My father passed away when I was 9 years old. It's not fun at all growing up without a father. It's not cool. Anyways, Aaron Hernandez found dead in prison. I forget how old he was. I think he was younger than me. I don't know how old he was, but he looked like a young guy, like maybe 28 years old, I don't know. 27 years old, I guess. It says he was found unresponsive in his prison cell Wednesday morning in Massachusetts. Hernandez was discovered hung by a bed sheet in his cell. So that's how I thought he did it. Because you can't hang yourself with anything else. They shouldn't even give them bed sheets, in my opinion. Then they wouldn't be able to hang themselves. But he had a bed sheet and he hung himself, and he's dead. So Aaron Hernandez, dead at 27. The guy had a really bright future in the NFL. Could have been a Pro Bowl player. Could have won a couple Super Bowls. If he would have stayed with the Patriots, he could have probably won 2 or 3 more Super Bowls. I don't know if he even has 1 Super Bowl. But who cares? This isn't about if he has any championships. It's about what the guy did. Aaron Hernandez, the guy went down the wrong path. I don't know if you can blame the people he hung around, the crowd he got involved with, that were drug dealers, bad people, murderers, I don't know. But still, you can't blame other people. He might have been in with the wrong crowd since he was a teenager. Then he stayed around the wrong crowd and kept them as friends. Probably when he's in the NFL, he had scumbag friends that are murderers. Anyways, Aaron Hernandez found dead in prison. He was serving a life sentence. I feel sorry for his kid because he has a really young kid. I don't feel sorry for his fiancée because she's going to be a single mother, but I don't feel sorry for his fiancée because she wanted to marry the idiot. He was in jail and she still wanted to marry him because she was his fiancée. So Aaron Hernandez is dead by suicide in prison. Next story on this episode of The List, or next topic or story, whatever you want to call it. Supposedly rumors, I don't know if it's true, but a well-known wrestling reporter, I believe his name's Wade Keller, he reported that SmackDown Live, that Maria Kanellis and Michael Bennett, they're a couple, they're married, they were in TNA, they're in Impact Wrestling, I believe, for over a year. And they left. That wasn't good for Impact, that they lost Maria and Mike Bennett, because I like them as talents. But Impact probably didn't want to pay them the same amount. I don't know. They were in Ring of Honor before that. Maria and Mike Bennett were in Ring of Honor for, I think, 2 years at least. And they were in the Kingdom. They started the Kingdom with Matt Taven and Matt Hardy was even involved with in their group or feuding with the Kingdom. So, it's reported, rumors, this is probably a rumor. I won't believe it till I see them show up on SmackDown Live. It's rumored that Maria and Michael Bennett are going to go to SmackDown Live. That they're going to debut on SmackDown Live. I don't know if it's true. Are they WWE bound? I don't know. But I would like to see it. I'm a fan of Maria. I've been a fan of Maria for over 10 years. She shouldn't wrestle. I hope she just comes into WWE as a manager and manager husband. She's a great heel manager. She can cut promos very well, and she can get a lot of heat on her husband, the Miracle, Mike Bennett. He's not going to be the Miracle anymore, but he was. So Maria's a great heel, and Mike Bennett, he's a damn good heel also, pretty good, and he's a good wrestler. Both of them, Maria and Mike Bennett, they're both still young. I believe they're maybe 32 years old, I don't know. But they still can give a lot to the wrestling business. Maria, Mike Bennett, they could still give at least 5 to 10 more years to the wrestling business. So, if they're coming to SmackDown Live, I will be very happy for them because I'm a fan of theirs. And they will add a lot to SmackDown Live. Next topic on this episode of the list is the passing of Rosie, former WWE superstar. He debuted in 2002. Eric Bischoff was a general manager. He brought them in kind of, storyline-wise. He brought them in. He brought in Rosie and Jamal. Jamal was Umaga to be Umaga a couple years later. So, Bischoff, I guess, there was a match going on. He was bored with it. He looked at his watch and said, this match has gone on 3 minutes too long. Then out came 3-minute warning, and they destroyed the guys in the ring. That was a great gimmick. 3-minute warning. They're big guys. They're super heavyweights, and they can move. They were great athletes, and they had a great gimmick. 3-minute warning was a great gimmick. I enjoyed them. They didn't have that many pay-per-view matches, but they weren't together that long as a team. I believe Umaga, Jamal, I think his name was Jamal, that's 3-minute warning. Umaga, I guess got involved, I don't know, got involved in a bar fight or something, and they released him. So then what they do with Rosie? Then after 3-minute warning, and they had a Survivor Series 2000, was it 2002 or 3? 2002 Survivor Series. 3-minute warning had a 6-man tag tables match with Rico was their partner against Jeff Hardy and Bubba Ray, Jeff Hardy, and somebody else. I think Spike Dudley, maybe. Somebody else. Anyways. It was a 6-man tables match. I believe it might have kicked off Survivor Series 2002. It might have been the first match of the pay-per-view. And I believe Devon Dudley even did a run-in. And that got a huge pop. And then Devon and Bubba Ray faced off because I believe they were still on different brands at the time because they broke up the Dudleys. That was very odd. When they broke up the Dudleys. I didn't like it. But they had to do it. So then Devon comes in, I believe. Then he pushes Devon, says, get the tables. That got a huge pop. And then I believe the Dudleys hugged each other and did a 3D to somebody. Probably 3D to Rico through a table. Anyways, 3-minute warning was in that match. And it was pretty damn entertaining. Then also 3-minute warning, I think, were in Royal Rumble 2003, the Royal Rumble match. But then, as I said, Umaga, Jamal got released. So then they pushed Rosie as a superhero character. He's dressed in superhero suit, bodysuit. He had a mask on. And he started teaming with the Hurricane. And the Hurricane really helped him out on TV as his character, trying to motivate him to do better, stuff like that. And they actually won the tag team titles. They won the Raw tag team titles. So that is pretty cool. So 47 years old, that's way too young. Way too young to pass away. But I believe he had health issues. I think he's pretty overweight. I don't know how much weight he gained since he quit wrestling. I don't know. But his weight probably had something to do with his death. I don't know if he had a heart attack or blood clots clogged up. I don't know. But anyways, Rosie, Matt is his real name. Rest in peace, Matt. You will be missed. 47 years old. You were a good big man. Very good big man in WWE. And my prayers go out to your friends and your family. And my prayers go out to Roman Reigns because he's your brother. And your parents also. It's gotta really suck for Roman that he's dealing with the passing of his brother. And of course, he was 47 years old. He was the older brother of Roman Reigns. So I'm sure Roman's really upset by it. So this ends this episode of The List. I talked about Aaron Hernandez. Guy committed suicide. I talked about Maria and Mike Bennett maybe going to SmackDown Live. And I talked about the passing of Rosie. Very sad. Hope you enjoyed this episode of The List. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at WWE NXT Guy, or don't. Doesn't matter to me. I have enough followers. Just like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye for now, everybody.